Hi, everyone. Today we're talking about a serious issue, sexual assault. This is a deeply harmful act that affects many people. I'm Natalie Gerry, the principal lawyer and founder of Gerry Law. I help injured people get the compensation that they deserve for their injuries. In particular, I help sexual assault survivors get the compensation they deserve. Let's dive into what this means. Sexual assault is a deeply harmful act that affects many people. Today, we're looking at how the legal system helps survivors seek justice. As many of you know, sexual assault is when someone is hurt in a way that violates their dignity, autonomy, and rights. It's a grave wrongdoing that causes immense physical, emotional, and psychological pain. It's important to remember that it's never the survivor's fault. Survivors can seek justice through the legal system by suing the perpetrators. This not only holds the offenders accountable, but also helps survivors get compensation. This financial support can cover therapy, medical care, can cover loss of earnings, and other essential resources for healing. Today, I want to look at some of the high-profile cases, mostly in the US, where legal action has made a difference. These are some of the high-profile cases where they've had high-profile lawsuits. So let's get into these. Roger Ailes, the founder of Fox News, who faced a lawsuit from Gretchen Carlson for sexual harassment. Fox settled for $20 million and publicly apologized. This case encouraged other women to come forward against the same perpetrator. The next person is Harvey Weinstein. This is a big name in Hollywood, and this was a very high-profile case. He was convicted of sexual assault and rape and received a 23-year prison sentence. Over 30 women accused him, leading to a $47 million settlement. His case also importantly sparked the Me Too movement, which has empowered many to bring forward their stories and to speak up about sexual harassment and sexual assault. Jeffrey Epstein is the next person who has been involved in a massive case of sexual assault and human trafficking. He did die before his trial, but his estate paid over $121 million to more than 135 victims. This case reveals a dark side of power and influence, but shows how legal action did get results for these people who had been affected by his actions. The next big name is Bill Cosby. He was once a beloved comedian, was convicted of sexual assault, and was later released on an appeal. Despite his release, many women continue to pursue civil lawsuits against him. Jerry Sandusky, a former Penn State coach, was found guilty of abusing students. The university paid nearly $60 million in settlements. This highlights the importance of institutional accountability and vicarious liability. So if the defendant themselves does not have the money to pay the judgment, it's important to find an institution or another organization that can pay the judgment. I do have another video going through these elements, and it will be linked below that you could watch after this one to learn a little bit more about that. The next big lawsuit was against Larry Nassar, who was a prominent doctor for gymnasts and was convicted of abusing over 300 victims. Michigan State University paid $500 million to one of the largest settlements in history. This case led to significant changes in policies to protect athletes. So those athletes who had the courage to come forward and bring this lawsuit sparked these policy changes to protect athletes in the future. The next person is George Tyndall, who was a USC gynecologist who faced numerous allegations of sexual assault. USC settled this case for $215 million, which shows how the institution was held accountable and how they would in the future probably be more careful to try not to hire someone like this and to avoid this type of situation in the future. The next party that has faced tons of lawsuits that people are very well aware of, for the most part, is the Catholic Church. So the church has faced numerous sexual abuse claims and has paid over $3 billion in settlements. This ongoing issue highlights the need for transparency, but also shows that with a civil sexual assault action, it can bring awareness to an issue that is probably a bigger issue. If one person has an issue, then it's likely that there are more people who are having issues or who would in the future. The next person is R. Kelly. R. Kelly was a famous singer and was found guilty of sex trafficking. His case is a reminder that justice can prevail even against someone who is famous. Similarly, Mike Tyson is a renowned boxer and was convicted of rape in the United States. Multiple women have sued him for sexual assault, leading to various settlements. While money can't erase the trauma of sexual assault, legal action can help survivors get the support they need. It sends a strong message that such behavior is unacceptable and that the survivors are looking for justice, and that justice in the end in these cases did prevail in at least the way that the perpetrators had to pay settlement amounts. By holding perpetrators accountable, we move toward a safer, more equitable society. So it's important to support survivors to ensure that everyone is getting the respect and safety that they deserve. Thanks for watching, and please, if you have any questions or comments, leave them below and check out my other videos.